Ayman Khan here for Seconds Out with Alex Krassyuk, a very confident Alex Krassyuk. We've just seen the weigh-ins, Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois. What do you make of the two fighters on the scales?
They made the weight. They don't have to take 2 hours for putting it down. I mean, it was a successful weigh-in from the first attempt. Two strong guys, 105.8, 100.2. Two big heavyweights. Not that big, but still enough to be considered a heavyweight. What else can I say? I can't wait to see it happening.
Every time Oleksandr Usyk fights in the heavyweight division, people always note the weight because they say the size factor, the potential ability to knock him out because the heavyweights are bigger than him coming from the cruiserweight division up to the heavyweight division. Is it still as much as a factor as it was before now that he's cemented himself as a heavyweight and a great heavyweight at that?
But he was in the same shape like 4 or 5 fights before. He had exactly the same weight, maybe plus minus 1 kilo. The knockout comes from a punch to the chin or to the liver, or maybe here. It's not coming from the weight. It's a matter of how you land your punch, how you technically work out the position and timing to land the punch. Every fighter can knock out his opponent, every fighter. Let's imagine his opponent is standing still. He just comes in and punches him in the chin. Would he knock him down or out? Definitely yes. So it means that he has this power in his fist. The problem is the technical side, how you deliver this punch. And if your guy who's standing in front of you has a proper defense, it's a complicated assignment to land the punch. And that's what makes a difference. And when you move a lot and you are not focused on knocking your opponent out, you throw punches, they shouldn't be heavy. They should be enough to destroy the mental stability of your opponent. So he eats his heart throughout round by round. And at the end, he decides whether he stops it inside the distance or it goes 12 rounds.
You led me on nicely to my next question. Anthony Joshua said in the lead up to this, he thinks Daniel Dubois has a real chance. He said Oleksandr Usyk doesn't quite have the power to hurt his opponents in the heavyweight division. He does it by his skill. Does Oleksandr Usyk have the power to hurt people, or does he not need it in the heavyweight division?
Let me ask Tony Bellew if Oleksandr has the power to knock people out. I don't think that Tony Bellew's chin has much difference with Anthony Joshua's chin or Daniel Dubois' chin. And I don't think that there is a significant difference in Usyk's power fighting 96 kilos, being in the ring on already 94, 96 kilos after the weigh-in fighting Tony Bellew, and being 100 kilos fighting Anthony Joshua. So we are talking like nonsense. These things, it's a matter of techniques and tactics which he decides is appropriate, which his corner decides is appropriate. If you have an opportunity to knock the guy out, you use it. If you have, if it's not coming, you shouldn't look for it. You have to look for a victory, and victory comes on a round by round win. So if you win more rounds, means you won the fight, and the objective, the main assignment of the fighter is to win the fight. So that's how the strategy comes from.
A couple of final things. I watched you across the table with Frank Warren. Are you two friendly now? Or what's the situation there between you two?
We've never been unfriendly. I mean, we've been knowing each other for a while, and at this stage, we had lunch yesterday. No problem. We're okay. We are hosting our guests here. They are our guests because we actually won the purse bids, and we are making this event. Now Frank Warren, George Warren, Francis Warren, Andy Ailing, they are all here in attendance, and we treat them fairly like they just come as we invited them for.
And finally, I read Deontay Wilders' comments, I believe it was on Eddie Sackback's channel, and he said, I'm not going to watch Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. It's a boring fight. It's not great for the heavyweight division, these type of fights. Do you feel the same way?
No, I will watch it. It's interesting to watch how it goes. I mean, not boxing-wise, but there is always a chance that something interesting may happen, unexpected, and that's why you shouldn't miss it.
Would you ever throw Usyk in that type of fight?
Say it again.
Would you ever throw Oleksandr in that type of fight against, a crossover fight?
Well, it's up to him to decide. He is the boss, but I don't see the reason for making it.
Alex, we'll leave it there. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out. So much appreciated.